All Blacks unimpressive as 3-try second half burst sinks gallant Barbarians. All Blacks unimpressive as 3-try second half burst sinks gallant Barbarians. There was plenty of Kiwi rugby quality on display at Twickenham, with just enough of it coming from the All Blacks in a rather unimpressive opening to their Northern tour. They avoided a third defeat to the Barbarians, but not a subpar first-up effort. Steve Hansen's mostly second-string lineup shook off an unimpressive first 40 minutes of their Killick Cup clash against Robbie Dean's Barbarians at the home of English rugby on Sunday, NZT, to ease to a 31-22 victory, sealed by a scintillating 21-point, 3-try burst in 7 minutes in the middle stages of the second half. That broke the spirit, and the hearts, of a hitherto gallant Babas outfit who had galloped away to a 17-10 halftime lead. The All Blacks otherwise failed to produce much of the top-drawer quality we know they are capable of, and in the end made rather hard work of a 5-tries-to-4 victory. It was fun and competitive, with so much mate against mate, but the statements Hansen would have wanted from his backup men never really came. Vaea Fifita scores for the All Blacks in their Killick Cup victory over the Barbarians at Twickenham. There were flashes of positive stuff from the tourists. Saida Tamanu and Sakina Hollow had some good moments on the wing, Ngani Lawmape carried strongly in midfield. Artie Savia was busy and Vaea Fifita showcased the athleticism that make him such an exciting prospect. The scrum was solid and the early subs made their mark. But the Babas also brought plenty to the occasion, with Kiwis Stephen Luachua, Richie Mounga, George Bridge, with his 2 tries, Dom Bird, Andy Ellis and Richard Buckman among the standout figures in the invitation side. Julian Savia had plenty to play for, but just didn't see the ball to allow him to make too much of an impact. But there was no finer Baba on display than South African open-side flanker Kwagga Smith, who illuminated the occasion with a fabulous display of speed, skill and no little effort. He was deservedly named man of the match. The All Blacks would have been disappointed with their effort through the first 40 minutes at a 3/4 full Twickenham, 62,546 in attendance. The Babas scored 3-tries-to-2, and played much the better rugby, to lead 17-10 at the intermission. Hansen would not have been best pleased with his team's lack of structure, organization and ability to build pressure through possession. Canterbury's George Bridge celebrates after scoring for the Barbarians. Truth be told, most of the first half fireworks came from the men in the black and white hoops, with former All Black Luachua now plying his trade for Bristol in England's Championship division, prominent courtesy of 2 big intercepts, the first of which served up the second try, to Canterbury's Bridge. Mounga, one of 13 Kiwis on the Babas team sheet, had opened the scoring for the invitation side, crossing out wide to finish a concerted period of pressure close to the line, and Bridge's nice follow of Luachua's runaway charge made it 10-0 a quarter of an hour in. The Barbarians even showed they could play some traditional footy, too, when Big Sam Carter powered over for their 3rd try from some nice ruck and drive action, and they must have been delighted to take the 7-point cushion into the sheds. All Blacks captain Beauden Barrett tries to fight his way through a tackle. The All Blacks had 1 or 2 positive moments. Fifita made one magnificent charge up the middle, but blotted his copybook when he missed the support line of Lawmape. Savia seemed inspired by the presence of his brother in the opposition, and Nahalo turned creator to lay on both of the touring team's first half tries with pop passes, the first for TJ Perenaro, the second to Fifida. The Babas opened the second spell promisingly enough with Livewire Lions flanker Smith sparking a couple of likely attacks. But the All Blacks absorbed those surges, and then broke the game open with that three-try burst between the 53rd and 59th minutes. It was just a half dozen or so minutes of pure quality, but it was enough to halt the gallant Barbarians in their tracks. Barbarians flanker Stephen Lewicha is tackled by stand-in All Blacks captain Beauden Barrett. Lawmape scored the first try when he steamrolled Mounga on the angle from a scrum. Sam Cane powered over for the second, after Nahalo and Lawmape had carried strongly, and hooker Nathan Harris sealed the deal when he raced onto an inch-perfect kick from Tawara Barlow. There was time for new chums Asifo Omu, Tim Perry and Matt Duffy to enter the fray late for their first appearances in the black jersey. By then the contest had rather gone off the boil as both sides lost their shape and purpose, with the emptying of their respective benches. All Blacks 31, TJ Perenaro, Vai Fifida, Ngani Lawmape, Sam Cane, Nathan Harris tries, Beauden Barrett 3 cons, Barbarians 22, Richie Mounga, George Bridge 2, Sam Carter tries, Mounga con. Height, 10-17. Former All Black Julian Savia shows off his sidestep for the Barbarians. Richie Mounga scores the opening try for the Barbarians,